What is up, Torontonian, Raptonian, Fanzonians? Oh my gosh, what a game. What a great first impression for this new look Raptor team. Wow, the energy right from the beginning of the game coming out like enthusiastic. Even Bruce Brown looking like he's accepted. I mean, sort of funny. The last week that we've had him, it felt like, is he trying? Is he doing stuff? And it seemed like he was missing more than he was. And then you check the stat line, and it actually turned out it wasn't horrible, but body language and some other things. Today, it actually genuinely seemed like he was like, you know what? All right, I'm here. Let's do it. I'm on the team. I'm on the Raptors. Let's see if we can get some wins. But the rest of the guys, like our 2, 3 new guys, especially in the first half, were really the story. Quickly ended up with like 25 points, leading all Raptor scores. So fantastic. But hitting threes, 4 of 9, 44% from three. I mean, great game from him. 25%, 9 of 19 from the floor, 47. Not fantastic from the floor, but pretty good. And a few that I think, could have stuck. There were a couple of rattle and fallout. And then you've got RJ Barrett with 21. And again, he had 7 assists, and some of his assists were ridiculous. He uh he had a little drop pass when him and Jakob were both moving towards the basket. Nice little bounce pass. But he made another sick, no look, like he was going across the key and just with his right hand fired it into Jakob, who was open. And yeah, anyway, some great passing all around. I mean, Scotty Barnes had 8 assists in this one. He had some fantastic pass. Quickly had a really amazing pass to Brown, who just flubbed the layup. It was a sad one. It was a sad one. Yeah, this was might have been Brown's worst statistical game. He only ended up with 11 points and 5 of 13, 38% from the floor, 0 for 2 from three, no assists, a few rebounds. But anyway, not complaining. It was a victory. I mean, it's funny. We have a turnover of the team, and yet we end up with a similar result in that we were up by as many as 22, and somehow at the end of the game, it's coming down to being a nail biter, and almost messing it up with that Scotty Barnes sort of turnover ish where they took the ball from him on the inbounding, and then he sort of lost it on the second one, and it went out of bounds. And it was like, guys, 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 let's calm down. But again, these are those character building type games. Um, all around, yeah, great. Jakob had a really fantastic game too, 16.7 of 11. I mean, the guy's 63. Of course, his shots are higher percentage shots from really close, inside the paint. He's almost inside the non-contest line or whatever area, a lot of his points. But man, some dunks. Like he had a one where he got the ball by the 3-point line and just saw some daylight and thunder jammed it in. It was fantastic. They were talking about Pearl Power on the what they call him, the Austrian Hammer, nailing it down. It was really great to see. Really great. Grady Dick even looked comfortable out there. Didn't take a lot of shots. Even he was on the court for 19 minutes, but 2 of 5 from the floor, which were all threes. 2 of 5 from 3-point range, so 40% from three. I'll take that. And again, he had a couple. Well, it says he only got one rebound. I guess maybe they didn't credit him with. There was one where he sort of came down with the ball with Pirtle, but I guess Pirtle got that rebound because Pirtle's looking like he had 12 rebounds. Yeah, so they obviously gave that one to him. Jonte Porter looked pretty decent out there. 1 of 2 from three and 3 of 6 overall with 7 points. And again, it's going to be confusing because we didn't get to see our two newest guys. Canadian boy Kelly Olynyk, and again, I hope I don't start messing up this guy's last name. I got to start hearing it a little more to make sure I get it right. But Agbaji, and like, is he a shooting guard or is he a point guard? Because it was nice to see the ball in Scotty's hands. He was making some great decisions. He was really orchestrating even some great plays right from the start. You'd see him, call over for the pick, and then he would sort of use the pick to get a switch, but then that guy drifted off, and then another guy would cut in kind of on purpose, and they'd end up with this guy open with a 2 pass play into the cutter and then out to the man who originally set the pick. Like there were some great plays that way. I'm confused as to what's going to happen when And Kelly Olynyk ends up getting some minutes, and same with this Agbaji. Who's gonna sit? Nawari or Nawara, I mean, maybe. Nawara was out there for 7 minutes today, didn't do a lot, but it seemed like they were running plays, for other guys. The games where Nawara has been able to shine, I think we had Barrett out and Jakob were out, so our lineup was a little bit messed up, but uh, again, can't complain about, it really was such an unbelievable feeling with the complete turnover of the team out there today. I mean, Scotty's out there and Jakob Hurtle are out there. They're really the mainstay from the old lineup, but we're seeing more Dick. And it's nice to be excited about Dick again. I have to say, at the beginning of the year, I was really excited about Dick, and then sort of lost interest in Dick for the last few weeks, maybe prior to the last you know, actual week, the last 3 games. It's been exciting. Dick has been exciting me again. It's exciting to get excited about Dick, I have to say. And yeah, with Bruce Brown sort of, agreeing or not agreeing, sort of realizing that he's here, he's going to be getting minutes. Is Jonte Porter going to suffer? And maybe Noara? Those two seem like the weakest link if we're going with a 9-man rotation if Agbaji and Olynyk get in there. So yeah, and the saddest of all is Mr. Boucher. I mean, he's just not getting time at all. I haven't heard anything that he's injured. There was talk that he might be traded at the deadline. Obviously, we couldn't get anything that we thought was of value, and decided to just keep him. But and possibly it's a good thing that the Raptors are just getting that much better. But it's funny, you think about the beginning of this year. I mean, we had Malachi Flynn heavily in the rotation. We had, praise from the announcers when Flynn and Schroder were in at the same time, and then we got rid of Flynn, and that started happening with Quickly and Schroder. And I got to say, very happy to see Schroeder go. I heard he was upset about riding the pine. The Raptors didn't do what they were sort of hoping they were going to do. He was certainly started the year as a Van Vliet fill-in, but started to get old. Started to turn into similar Van Vliet in that he's hogging the ball, and I thought Darko was running too many plays for him in crunch time at the end of the games when it mattered. And you're like, really, Schroeder's the one that's going to take the shot and not Scotty and not whatever. Because if these games don't matter and we're not even going to make the play in, let's at least let our young guys, develop. But yeah, as we've sort of touched on, a complete 180 we've done with getting rid of OG and Pascal, and now this new crew. I mean, I like the Canadian guys coming to play. That's why, sadly, seeing Boucher ride the pine, it would be nice to maybe get him out there. He might be a little more inspired, have an RJ and Olynyk, to play with. Um, and actually, I mean, just quickly speaking of Canadians, man, Dylan Brooks, he almost like destroyed us there at the end with that three. My gosh, he seems to love playing in Toronto. He led all Houston players with 20 points. Almost fouled out of the game. I'm surprised he didn't. I thought he actually got his sixth foul towards the end there, but they didn't call it. So yeah, lots of Canadian theme going on in the game today. Mr. Van Vliet back in the building. They did the whole tribute video thing. Mr. Van Vliet. I mean, if you've watched my videos, happy to see him gone. Quickly is a major upgrade with lots of more upside potential. I think a better 3-pointer. I think a better handle, and obviously he's got a bit more size, so he doesn't get stuffed as much when he's down low in the paint. And yeah, I like RJ as our small forward. I thought Gary Trent, would have a better game now that he doesn't have to be anxious about leaving. But if he's just going to get the crumbs from RJ and quickly and Barnes dominating the ball, maybe it's a decent role for him. I'm hoping with some of the cash we freed up, we'll re-sign him. It looks like we're going to extend Olynyk, maybe even in the next few weeks, which would be good. Give us a team-friendly contract. He said he wants to finish his career as a Raptor, so hopefully he'll take one for the team and do a little less money because probably he'll be able to get a bunch of endorsement deals and things being Canadian, so we can make a little side hustle cash. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. But I'm over the moon with this first Raptor sort of game with our actual new look team. Seems like Masai, knows what he's doing. It seemed like we were more energetic, more upbeat, more. Again, I know it's the Rockets, so we got to maybe see when some of the better teams come in if we can maintain this kind of thing, and if we can figure out how to, step on the throat and step on the gas once we do have a lead, and not, let them get back into the game in the last couple of minutes, especially with one of their leader and better players riding the bench, in Brand Bleed. So, and actually, they even lost Cam. Is it Cam Newton or Cam Johnson? Oh my God, Cam Whitmore. Jesus, I'm the worst with names, as you know. Sorry, but Cam Whitmore actually left the game, and he was their leading scorer at the time. So they lose their top scorer. They're missing Van Vliet, and yet they still managed to get it close at the end of the game. That's just a Raptor thing. My God, we got to shed that. So let's get a new personality where we can come out with that kind of energy like we did in the first quarter, and then maintain it and keep that lead so that we just coast right into the end of the games, and we can let uh, some of the guys like Boucher and Freeman Liberty and Jalen McDaniels get some playing time because we're up by 20 or 15 or 18 or whatever with just a couple minutes left. So all right. Well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, comment, do all that sort of stuff. I had a couple of blips lately. I don't know if you're watching, but subscribers are up. The video views were up like crazy. I don't know if somebody shared my video on a link somewhere as to how not to do a video, but I'm trying to tighten them up. I'm trying to make sure that there's a little more energy and stuff in them. So anyway, please comment. And Mr. Beast for president. Thank you for watching this long. Have a beautiful weekend, and yeah, enjoy the Soup Bowl on Sunday.